morning, dear students. How are you today? I believe everyone is fine. Welcome to our today's lesson. Today, I would like us to look at a new topic. We're going to be talking about grammar, and under grammar, we'll be seeing second conditional. Second conditional. We are going to look at how second conditional is formed, how it's being used. We are on page 69 of our student's book. This is where we are, page 69, and this is our student's book, M-High 2. So let's see how to use the second conditional, or when do we use the second conditional. We use the second conditional to talk about imaginary situations, things that we think might not happen, unlikely situations, or unreal actions or situations. For example, if I had a lot of money, I'll travel around the world. If I have a lot of money, I'll travel around the world. It is formed with an if clause. We've seen the first conditional, this is the second conditional. All of them are being formed with an if clause. But the difference is that in the first conditional, we use an if clause plus will or won't. While in the second conditional, we use an if clause plus would or wouldn't. Let's see how it's being formed on the board. It is formed with if clause plus the past simple plus a comma plus would or wouldn't plus infinitive or base form. I'm going to explain in this sentence that we've seen in this exemplary sentence. We use if plus what? We say if plus past simple. Past simple of the verb to have is had plus a comma. If I had a lot of money, a comma is here. If I had a lot of money, comma, out, travel, we use would. We write would in the short form. Would becomes like this. You can say apostrophe T in the short form. I'll travel after would. The verb that follows should be in the base form. As you can see here, travel is in the infinitive form. And after the verb, we don't write to. There is no to. You don't put to. After the verb in the infinitive form, infinitive minus to. You don't use to. So we say I'll travel around the world, not I'll travel to. Travel to, around, the world. If you put to after the infinitive, you are wrong. So that's why we say we form the second conditional with if clause plus past simple plus a comma plus would or wouldn't plus the infinitive without to. How is the if clause formed? The if clause is followed by the past simple tense. After if, the verb that follows has to be in the simple past tense or the past simple tense. And then the second clause there is would. Would is followed by the infinitive without to. Take note, without to. As in the first conditional, we may like to start our sentence with And if a sentence starts with would, we don't add a comma to the sentence. We are going to repeat the same sentence here, but we'll start with would. I would travel around the world if I had a lot of money. I would travel around the world if I had a lot of money. You see that this sentence, it is joined with if, and there is no comma there. That's why we say, if you decide to start your sentence with the if clause, you don't have to add a comma there. But when you start a sentence with if, you must add a comma there, as we've added in the sentence, the first sentence that we had here. Either you add a sentence, a comma or not, the sentence remains the same. The meaning of the sentence doesn't change. That's why we say the sentence remains the same. It remains identical as here. If I had a lot of money, I'll travel around the world. It's the same as I'll travel around the world if I had a lot of money. So this will be all for today. You have some exercises to do on this page. As your classwork for today, you will do this. Following the explanation I've given and the examples on the board, you are going to do these exercises. And you have your grammar reference notes on page 109 of your student's book here. Page 109, you copy the notes on that page, do the exercises on that page also. And you also have your homework in your workbook, page 62. Please don't forget to submit your books for correction. And if you have any doubt, you can call me or you write me on my private line. Thank you very much. It was good being with you. See you in our next class.